Hello, it's me James, and welcome back to another Bedrock Edition tutorial. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to make your very own void world. That is a world with 0 blocks, just complete air. The whole thing's covered in air, and it goes right down to the void. The whole thing is a void world, okay? Why would you want to build one of these? Purely for the fact you might want to make tutorials on it. Now, the original idea I was going to do with this is make a skyblock map. I have made a video on how to get free skyblock, and it's basically doing this exact thing, but we've got a lot more efficient way to do it now with commands. But before we jump any further into the video, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you're liking the content I'm producing, smash that like button. For information regarding realms, go ahead and add me on the Discord. However, failing to have Discord, you can always add me on the Twitter or the InstaJam, and I'll be happy to get back to you there. So, first of all, what you're going to need to do is just simply make a world. Now, I've got a world ready here. We're going to call it Void World / Skyblock. Again, because the original idea was actually to make a Skyblock world. We're going to throw it in creative. Also, we're going to have it in peaceful. And this is the old size world. So it's not an infinite world, it's the old size world, but for like tutorials and stuff like that, this is all you're ever going to need, same as Skyblock really. And you're also going to want the seed to be 21. I mean, you could do this on any seed. I'm just using seed 21, so it's going to be a step-by-step on this exact seed. You're also going to want your coordinates turned on. So, first off, when you first spawn into the world, you're going to be over this little bit of water right now, and you want to mark out basically 0, 0, so the center of the map, and you want to take this nerd pole all the way to the top of the map. Now, these old worlds only allow you to go up 128 blocks, I believe. Yeah, there we go, 128 blocks. So you want basically a nerd pole all the way to the top of those 128 blocks, and then leave a block at the top, and then you can go ahead and remove the rest of the nerd pole, as you will no longer need that. So the downside to this is you are going to have to do a little bit of filling up, purely for the fact that we've got a little bit of water on this seed. So we are going to have to create some dams, but it's not a huge problem. Basically, well, first of all, actually, what you want to do is go ahead and literally explore your whole map, okay? Make sure you've explored the whole thing, so you got the map in your hand and you can clearly see that you've explored the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so basically what you're going to want to do now is find the coordinates 127, 0. Now, this is to the east side of your world. You want to do this on the east side. I can't stress enough how much you need to be on the east and on 127, 0. You then need to make a nerd pole above the highest point on your map. So for us, for example, I think it's like a little mountain that sticks out the ground. Yeah, and we're going to nerd pole all the way up. As you can see, this is our highest point, so I think we've just got high enough on our nerd pole. And then we can just leave that there for a moment, because we've got a really important job to do. I mentioned briefly earlier that we're going to have to do some dams. And what I mean by dams, we're going to have to go to the center of the map again. So the first coordinate would be 0. And then we're going to have to basically make a dam splitting the two waters up. Now, the reason we're going to do this, and like I say, it's very, very important to do this on, like, there's multiple sections you'll have to do it in as well. The reason you've got to do this is because if you do not do this, you will get water going all over your world, and it will be so laggy, and it will take so long to disappear. Whereas you can literally make these little dams in about 5 or 10 minutes, and it's going to save you so much time. You'll get a better glimpse of the dams after. But basically, I'm going to do this on all 3 points of the river. So if I get my map out, and we can just have a little look. As you can see, that goes all the way across the center, and we've also got another bit this side that we need to cross on the 0 point. So we're going to go ahead and do that one as well. Again, I can't stress enough, this is very important to do this, or you're going to have some real water trouble. Also referred to as spillage, and you know us on this channel. Well, if you've been following this channel for a while, we do not like spillage. Oh no, it is a big bad, and it can cause some real bad lag, and that's the thing that we do not want in our void world, okay? So we've done 2 sections. We have got another small section of the river to dam off at the top, so I'm going to go ahead and do that one as well. Again, I can't stress enough how important this step is, because it's going to save you a lot of time, and it probably, like I said, it'll probably literally, if you don't do this, you probably will have to start again and do this. This is a vital part to your build. So, as you can see, also, I've done 2 layers, just to be safe. Again, you don't need to do 2 layers, but I would, just to be safe. So once you've done that, you can make your way over to the east side again, where we made this nerd pole that was bigger than our highest point. So at this point, we can take it all the way to the top. Again, there we go. So we can't build any more, and we're going to leave that top block on, and we're going to just go down a little bit, but you don't want to remove all of the nerd pole, okay? So we're going to stand on top of this nerd pole, and at this point, we need to get ourselves a command block. So, if you're like me, I'm really not amazing with commands. I do want to say a massive shout out to Kat. He is basically a moderator on a Jamarchy. He basically taught me through how to do all this really fast, so a massive shout out to him as well. I'm going to throw him in the description below. But yeah, we need to get a command block, and all that is the give command. So give at self, command, and then underscore block. So that's exactly how you'll get yourself a command block. Okay, so once you have got your command block, you're basically going to want to look up at that block that we left in the sky just above us, and we're going to place our command block on there. So we're also going to need a lever to actually get this command block to work. Well, when we set it up, we're going to use a lever just to turn it on and off. Definitely suggest doing this. It is pretty vital. You don't just want it repeating all the time. So make sure you've got an on and off switch. Definitely a must do in this command. So here we are actually going to set up our command block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually throw the command on the screen, because you won't actually get to see the whole thing, but I'm actually going to throw the command on the screen for you guys. And basically what else we need to do is we need to change it to a repeat command, leave it on unconditional. We also need to leave it on needs redstone, and you see the delay in ticks, we're going to change that to 50. Now by changing this to 50, it means every about 2-3 seconds, I think it's 2.5 seconds actually to be exact, that's when the command will trigger. And basically what this command is going to be doing when we actually type it in is it's going to be removing every single layer downwards for us. So it completely an automatic way of removing this whole world, right? So first of all, you want to go on click execute, and then you want to put your own name, your own gamer tag. And once you've done that, you've got a few different commands to put in. So you need to put 3 dashes, the little squiggly line dashes. Again, I'm going to throw this on the screen because soon enough you won't get to see the whole thing. And after you have put those 3 dashes, you want to go / or /fill. And once you've done that, you want to go little dash again, -126, and then space, little dash again, -1, and then space, little dash again, -128. Then you want to go space, little dash again, space, little dash again, -1, and then a space, little dash again, +128, and then space air. So it does take me a little while to actually do it in the video. However, like I said, I am fully going to put this on the screen for you so you can take this down. You want to write this down, and you really want to make sure that you do not get any of the spelling wrong, any of the more spaces than you require. You want to get this down perfectly. Again, I think I had to do this twice because I did misspell it, and I'll leave this in the tutorial so you can actually see. I think I put a equal sign instead of a plus sign, and that's going to make the whole command just not work at all. So again, just to double check that you've got that command in completely perfectly. I can't stress enough, this command needs to be put in exactly perfectly. And I'll tell you what I'm also going to do, so you can just copy and paste the command if you really want. I'm going to put that in the description as well. That way you've got no excuse, you can get the full command and you literally, like I said, you can't get this wrong. If you get it wrong, this whole thing's not going to work. And it also, if you're in the wrong position, the whole thing's going to work. So as you can see here, near my 128, I've actually put an equal sign, and we know that we need a plus sign, so we can get rid of that. Oh, I've also got rid of the little dash by accident. So we can go ahead and get rid of the equal sign. Go ahead and place plus, and then we need to go back again and put a little squiggly dash. I'm not sure what those are actually called. I'll just call it the squiggly dash. And that is the actual command complete. Again, double check, triple check that you've got this command right, because this is very, very, very important. So, once you have triple checked your command and you know 100% that your command is correct, you can then go and turn that lever on. And you'll notice, soon as you turn this lever on, you will drop down a block. What this is doing is, from where we made those dams in the water, it's going to take out every single layer every 3 seconds or 2 seconds. So what I've done is I've basically sped the video up for you guys, so you don't have to wait quite as long to see it. But I still wanted to leave it in to show you the effect that this command has. This is a really powerful command. Again, the way I did this last time was literally using the fill command and filling everything with air, and it took so long to do, whereas this one you can do it fully AFK and the end result is pretty amazing. Not to mention, when you're looking at your map, it does look epic. It looks so epic. So eventually you can see our dams that we've put in at the back. If you get some water that respawns, that doesn't disappear, you just want to go back up to the right height, and then basically just let yourself drop down again. Do not move out of this spot though, or the command will not work. You want to stay in the same block, and as you can see, this map is getting deleted block, like layer by layer, and we've about done half the map already. So I'm just checking the dams to double check that all our obviously the dams are working and there's no water being spilled out of it. Obviously we can see here we've got a little bit of spillage, which I'm just going to block this up, and then I'm going to go back over to our safe spot, and the safe spot is the spot that we need to do this command. Remember, if you move spots, this is going to fail horridly, and you're not literally, the command will not work from any other spot. You need to be in this spot. We're also going to move spot, obviously, once we've destroyed this half of the map. So, again, we can go all the way down, just waiting for the command to do its magic. Again, this probably takes, in total, to do the whole map, about half an hour. So, that's why I sped it up. But believe you me, the other way that I did took so much more longer. This way is so much more efficient and better time spent, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm just going to skip it right now until we get right down to the end. And as you can see, we have just broke Bedrock. We have got through the Bedrock, and we've got half of a void world. Again, our dams are very important. If we didn't have those dams there, we would have water all over our world, and it would take so long to get rid of. You don't want that. You really, really don't want that. So at this point, you can actually go back up to your command block, and what I do is turn it off and then actually destroy it. So you are going to have to remove it and re-put the command in at a different location. I'm going to show you the exact location that you need to go, and the reason you're going to need to move the command block, because it needs to be in a certain tick area. So it needs to be in the radius of you, else it will not work, and like I said, it's just going to fail epically. So also, while we're moving position, we can see that we've got some little stray spillage. Again, we do not like spillage, so we're going to get rid of all of this because we do not want it. Again, we can then go ahead and wait for that just to drain. And I think we've got another one this side. Yeah, we have, so we can just get rid of that as well. Again, can you notice how it didn't start like falling before we got close to it? Because it wasn't in the range of us. So that's exactly what I mean by the commands. If we're not close enough to the commands, it just won't work. So keep that in mind. Right, so now you want to come to 0, 0 on the map and do the same step as we did last time. We want to go to the highest point on the map, and then we go underneath, and we are basically going to do the first step on setting up the command, okay? So obviously we'd put the command block on that top block just here, And again, we're going to put in that really long command that's in the description below, and we're going to set up the command block exactly the same as we did before. So once you've done that, we can let the command do its magic once again, and it is actually really awesome to watch. Again, I've sped this little bit up just so you can see it. I think it looks super awesome. You know, this command is so powerful. Like I said, I spent so long on my other video that's kind of doing this just to make sure that everything was working okay. And like I said, this has saved me so much more time. So as you can see now, we've gone back to normal time, and some of the water starts flowing, and it actually doesn't get rid of it. So what you need to do is just go back up in the same spot. Remember, do not move spot. Go back up in the same spot and let yourself drop down again, and that will remove all the water. So just make sure you keep going up and down if you've got water source blocks like spawning everywhere. Like I said, make sure you keep going up and down, just so the water does remove itself like so. And again, what I'm also going to do while we're here, I'm actually going to go and check, because we're going to have 2 layers, or like 2, we'll call them layers, or actually we could call them strips. We're going to have 2 more strips left of this entire world, and you'll see what I mean in a sec. I'm actually going to go and do is turn off the command block and just pause it a minute, because as you can see in the background, we've got actually some water that is going to create some major spillage, and obviously major spillage means major lag. We do not want lag, and we do not want spillage. Oh no, they are big bads. So again, you are going to have to do a little bit of damming. It's not a massive job. Again, it's going to save you so much more time in the long run, and you can see what I mean now about the 2 remaining strips. We're only going to have 2 strips left of this world after this command has done its magic, which is absolutely crazy. Again, we can then obviously remove those 2 strips using the same command. We just need to move position a little bit down here, and like I said, I know I keep saying this, but this is gonna save you so much time if you actually do this dam step. You guys might know some commands where you could like easily fill the water instead of placing it manually like this. Either way, you must do this step. Like I said, it's gonna cause so much lag if we get that little bit of spillage. Believe me and Kat tried this on another world, a tester world, and we didn't dam it up, and it just went everywhere, and it basically lagged out the world. Okay, I know I keep saying this, but this step is vital. You need to make sure you dam this off. So I think we've nearly done. I think this is the final dam that we've got to do on this side, and it would be the biggest one out of all of them. Again, you can just go ahead and, like I said, use any material. It doesn't matter. Literally, it doesn't matter. Just use anything. Use sand. I'm just using stone. As you can see, we use glass first of all, but it will save you a lot of time and a lot of work as well. So once you've done that, we can actually go back to our command spot, which is the 0 point in this one, and we can stand on top of our command, and we're going to actually go ahead and turn it on first, and then we should just be able to fall back down and let this command do its magic. So I'm just going to double tap, fall back down onto that block. As you can see, we're still on 0, and now we shouldn't get any more water issues. Now, if we do, like I said, you just need to go up a little bit more on the same spot and then bring it back down. This is so easy as well. Like, I thought this was going to be really complex and really hard. Again, I'm not really a massive command person. However, if I can do this, then you guys can really do this. Oh, I know this is a little bit of a long process. However, like I said, it is totally worth it to get a complete void world at the end of it. I mean, especially on your Xbox or your PS4 or your Switch or whatever you're on. Again, it's really hard to get these void worlds. So, like I said, this is probably one of the best ways to go around it, and you're gonna have a void world to do whatever you want. So, as if by magic, we're all the way down to Bedrock once again, and boom, this will literally get rid of all of the Bedrock as well, and there we go. It is actually looking good now. We're so close to being complete. We've just got one more step to do. Now, we don't have to reset up the command, which is an important part of this. You don't have to redo that, which is actually quite handy for us as well. But we do need to go up to the command and do exactly like I do. So the next spot that we want to be in is we need to go 2 more blocks in the west direction. Okay, that's it. 2 blocks in the west direction. So again, I don't think I can place anything there, so we can just come from this top block. We're going to go 1 and 2, And then you want to bring this nerd pole, you want a nerd pole all the way down to the bottom of the void, because there's going to be no blocks for you to stand on. You're going to need some blocks for you to stand on for actually this command to work, or you're just going to fall right down to the bottom of the void and it's not going to work. So you want to bring a nerd pole all the way to the bottom of the void, stand back on the top of that nerd pole, and from here you can turn the command on and it's going to do its magic again. You won't have to actually nerd pole out like I do. I don't have a clue why I do that, so you can actually go ahead and remove those 2 blocks, and you can stand here and actually just turn it on from here, and then we let the magic happen, and soon enough we will have a complete void world. This is the end product right here, and here she is. We have 1, 2, 3 layers left, something like that. 1 more layer maybe. I think there's 1 more after. There we go. This is the final layer, and boom, we are completely in a void world. You know what? It's kind of trippy. It like trips you out a little bit. You're like trying to look around, see where you are. If it wasn't for that command block being in the sky, I would have no idea what kind of direction I'm in. Again, this is going to be super handy for you guys that are doing tutorials, so you can get the best rates. Or like I said, the original idea I wanted to do this for was actually to make a skyblock map. Now, this is like an original, really good idea to make a skyblock map. You know, if you fall, you're falling in the void. You're not just going to fall on a super flat land. You're not just going to fall in water or just like from a nerd pole in the sky. You're going to fall in the void and you are going to die. So that's why I thought it'd be good to use for a skyblock map. But as you can see, this map is super crazy, especially when you turn off the hub and stuff like that. As you can see, it's just nothing. We've got nothingness. Again, this is going to be perfect for tutorials. It's going to be perfect for skyblock. Let me know if you do actually happen to use this technique. Again, I want to shout out Cat, aka Mr. Cool Dogs 123. His link will be in the description as well. He's a super cool guy. He is actually the moderator on Jamarchy. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's been supporting my channel as well. But that is literally the end of the video. I will catch you on the next one.